This is Killer Kyle. This is Wheels of Fury. And so we talk about wrestling a lot. We talk about mixed martial arts, cool stuff like that. And I thought, tonight we would talk about something different. And obviously, both Kyle and I have spina bifida or wheelchairs. And I'm finding out more and more through the years that more people know about spina bifida. Like, I don't recall when I was little, except going to, like, doctors and specialists.
Yeah.
A lot of my friends really talked about it. I remember being amazed when I was in high school because some kid just flat out asked me what I had. So I thought that was pretty cool. So it's definitely everyone else will have it. It's just, finding people, I guess, to talk to.
Seems to be the more that the world evolves, the more curious people get about certain things. Like, okay, somebody sees another person in a wheelchair, they'll go, okay, what do you have? And the person will either say spina bifida or cerebral palsy or whatever the case may be. And so I think that really is a good thing, because oftentimes people don't grow up learning about disabilities. I mean, adults from like the 50s, 60s probably wouldn't have known anything about spina bifida or any other disability. So when Matt, myself, and various other people are asked what we have, why we're in a wheelchair, it's a learning experience for them, but it's also a way for us to develop ourselves as a person, or we can be more social and not be afraid to talk about our disability, because I think a lot of times children at a young age, when they see somebody in a wheelchair, they stare and then their parents reprimand them for it, instead of encouraging their child, well, hey, why don't you go over and ask why they're in a wheelchair? Have a conversation with the person that's in a wheelchair instead of shying away from it and being told, oh, well, don't stare. Staring's not polite, which is true, but a lot of times at a young age, people are more apt to avoid a certain subject, I think, because they're afraid they might offend a person in a wheelchair, which is not really the truth.
No.
And you're not gonna learn if you don't ask. And that's probably one of the biggest things that is starting to change in society nowadays, is people are going up to people in wheelchairs and saying, hey, what is your disability? And if the other person knows about spina bifida, cerebral palsy, whatever, then you can get into a conversation about it and maybe teach them something they might not know about the disability, or you might learn something that you didn't know about the disability itself, and overall broaden the spectrum of what a disability is, and change people's minds about a disability. Because I think a lot of people, when they see somebody in a wheelchair and they don't understand it, they oftentimes just think, oh, they're in a wheelchair, they're not independent, they can't speak for themselves, they can't think for themselves, or maybe oftentimes think they're stupid, which is farthest thing from the truth. I know I'm a fairly intelligent person, so is this guy. I mean, computer stuff, other things like that. And one of the major things I myself have tried to instill in people I've talked to about Spina Bifita, for example, is even though we're in a wheelchair, we're no different than the rest of the world.
No. Oh, you're talking about, being stared at by children.
Mm.
It's probably one of the reasons I don't like children. I mean, I'm learning. But it's true.
Yeah.
Talk to kids about it.
Oh, yeah,
Or
absolutely.
Or say, hey, go up. I used to say, staring is wrong.
And it is.
Unless, you're disabled. And then, to me, to me, that's true. Because a lot of kids are staring, and the parents just sit there or stand there and don't say a goddamn thing. And it's up to you to not say anything. To me, it's weird. And it's almost like being a celebrity.
Yeah.
Adults don't stare. At least, not that I know.
Yeah.
But kids, it's like, holy shit. Go away. I really don't want to. That's not polite. So,
You see,
gotta teach your kids.
yeah. And some people can take staring the wrong way. I look at it this way. Kids that stare only stare because they don't know. And they don't know because they weren't taught about it. And a lot of times, like Matt said, when a kid will stare at one of us, their parents will generally just either A, do nothing, or B, just take the kid by the hand and keep walking or keep going. Unless we are the ones to engage first, or maybe the parent is the one to engage first, there's no conversation.
Right.
So, if your child is curious about somebody in a wheelchair, and maybe they don't want to go up to a person in a wheelchair and talk to them, parents, you be the one to engage a conversation, be like, hey, my son or my daughter would like to know why you're in a wheelchair, do you have a disability, etc., etc. And that would experience for them outside of schooling. And if once they learn about it and they see somebody else in a wheelchair, they probably either won't stare or they'll have that confidence to go up to a person in a wheelchair and go, hey, why are you in a wheelchair? Do you have a disability? So on and so forth.
Yes.
Don't be afraid to somebody in a wheelchair, because talking to somebody in a wheelchair can be very beneficial. And I often find that I think parents try and shelter their kids away from people in wheelchairs, but you don't need to. We're not monsters. We're not mean people. We're not, jerks or assholes or whatever.
Oh.
We're people.
Yeah. Depends on how you ask.
Oh, yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
And even as far as, being worried about offending somebody in a wheelchair, you're not going to offend us.
No.
There's nothing offensive about asking somebody in a wheelchair why they're in a wheelchair. Plain and simple.
Hey, I just talked to somebody this morning about, offensive things.
Yeah.
I am very chill when it comes to, if you call me a cripple, I don't care.
Yeah.
I can dish it out as much as I could take it.
Oh, hell, so can I.
So, I mean, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. And I hate it when people say, I can't make fun of this person, or, yeah, I can't make fun of this person because of their disability. Well, fuck you, I can. It shows that that person is a fucking human being.
Yeah.
You know? And don't go too far like a fucking cop in Toronto.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, you can poke fun at somebody in a wheelchair, but I think that people that generally don't make fun of somebody in a wheelchair is afraid to because they don't want to get in trouble. You can make fun of somebody in a wheelchair as long as... I feel you can make some fun of somebody in a wheelchair as long as either you know the person, you're friends with the person, or you have an understanding of disabilities, wheelchairs, etc., etc. Then it's okay to, you know, poke a little fun, have a laugh or whatever. Just don't go overboard with it. Just, you know, have fun with it, but don't be mean about it. Keep it fun, keep it friendly, but don't go nuts.
Well, like Gimp says, you have to be careful in what you say.
Oh, shut up.
Anyways, that's the thing I was taught too. Like, I think when I was born, the doctor that delivered me told my parents, you know, just take him home and raise him like a normal human being.
Yeah.
That's the thing I don't like either, is being not called normal.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I understand this whole thing isn't really normal. But I say, you know, like a regular person, a person that walks and whatever. And, you know, I'm just somebody that just doesn't walk.
Yeah.
I can talk, I can use my hands, I can't walk, you know, it doesn't mean anything.
Exactly.
You know, so when I guess came home from the hospital, my parents introduced my brother to me, and that was it. So
Yes.
that, you know, I was never, I don't know how it was for you, but I was never treated by my family, at least, you know, somebody who needs to be coddled
Yes.
a lot, or somebody, oh, no, you can't talk to him like that.
Yeah.
He's in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
So it's like, I grew up in a fairly normal childhood. I think there's a lot of things that we'll get to that are not so then, but you know, there it is.
I know for myself, and I'm sure with you growing up it was the same. My parents tried to get me to be as independent as I could be at a fairly young age. Like, I would be in the kitchen helping my parents cook, or I would start dressing myself, or, you know, if I got up in the morning before my parents did, I could, you know, get out of bed, go out in the living room, turn on the TV, watch TV. If I wanted something to drink, and get myself a drink. If I wanted something to eat, it was right there. I can get it myself. Or, if necessary, wait till my parents got up and they get me something to eat. It was just one of those things where my parents, and I'm sure, Matt, your parents were the same, they didn't treat us like we were a kid in a wheelchair.
Right.
They treated us like we were just a person.
Yeah.
Which is the way it should be.
And, you know, and that's another thing too. I'm sure your siblings picked on you as much as mine picked on me.
Surprisingly enough, no, my siblings didn't. Like,
Huh.
they kind of did, but it wasn't in a mean way. It was just a ha-ha funny, you know, sibling to sibling thing, which we still kind of do to this day, even though they're in their 30s and I'm almost 30, but
And I don't know if that's a different thing as well, but you have sisters, I have brothers.
yeah.
So that's probably one of the reasons why.
Probably, yeah.
I honestly don't know, but I mean, I was picked on by my brothers, but see, I'm a middle child, so
Right.
you know, and they apologized when I got older and moved out, and it's like, you know, I appreciated that, but at the same time, it's like you didn't do me, you did.
Didn't do any harm, did him favors by pecking on him. Basically, them pecking on him when he was a kid essentially prepared him for adolescence and adulthood and so on and so forth.
Yeah, because I know people who have siblings in wheelchairs
Yeah.
and other disabilities, and they treat them. It's almost like they're magical beings or
Yeah.
fragile beings.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
And it's like, fuck off. Yeah, we're in a wheelchair, but damn it, we're not fucking fine China.
Like,
We're not
I
gonna
might be
break.
I might be sensitive, but I'm not that sensitive.
Only emotionally.
True. Oh no, that is true. And that's another thing I find too with people with disabilities is, you know, not only smart, but we also I don't know about you. I don't know about you. When we're probably not all like that, but a little bit more like sensitive than other people. I like emotionally. Maybe that's not true. I don't know.
I don't know about all people, but I'm sure there's a majority of people that are.
Or maybe I'm just talking out of my ass.
Well, I'm sure there's probably people out there that are more emotionally sensitive than others.
Yeah.
I remember being told and hearing from my dad and I think my sisters themselves when I was born and they first initially found out I had a disability. Oh, they were over the moon. They were all excited. They're like, "Oh, cool! We got a brother that's disabled. Oh, we can get him into the Special Olympics and all this other stuff," which never frickin' happened. But I digress from that. Yeah, they were like. They weren't, disappointed. They weren't upset about it. They thought it was the coolest thing ever.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I think, unfortunately for me, like my weight, a lot of people with disability, spina bifida, I hear some don't have the best diets either. They're all about starch and stuff like that. I know a lot of people like you are a lot skinnier than myself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the things about being in a wheelchair and eating unhealthy, if you will, is exercise isn't the easiest. Okay, yeah, we can do free weights and do the hand bike and do the
You can wheel
things that involve upper body, but as far as
go for walks, wheel on Walmart or whatever.
Uh-huh. But as far as abdominal workout, so to speak, not the easiest.
No, and it's always been hard. Like, and that's the thing, weight is an issue for most people. I'm not speaking for you, but like most people with spina bifida do tend to have weight issues.
Yeah.
Like I have a hard time putting down the sweets, but that's just me.
Yeah.
I tried to see if I can get people on here to talk with us. That's kind of just difficult though, because I guess it doesn't seem to work. But there's a lot of other people that I wish we could talk to get another perspective on this kind of stuff. I've done videos of spina bifida before.
Yeah.
But this is kind of like, just talking with somebody else about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've never had I've been picked up by my brothers, brotherly love or whatever, sibling.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it.
I never really had a bully in school.
Yeah, I didn't really have that kind of problem either myself. I made friends fairly easy pretty much my whole life.
Yeah, so I never really met that. I often wondered that because, well, I don't know, but I have heard, it didn't, my disability wouldn't have mattered. People with Down syndrome and cerebral palsy do get bullied.
Yeah, for us, we are able to defend ourselves a little bit easier than somebody with cerebral palsy or Down syndrome, only because we have a better understanding of why we're getting picked on and say, hey, look, this is what it is, this is why, and so on and so forth. With somebody with Down syndrome, let's say, wouldn't have the capability to go into an explanation of what Down syndrome is, why they have Down syndrome, and all that other stuff. So somebody with Down syndrome or cerebral palsy or various other disabilities would be an easier target for getting picked on.
Yeah. And this all goes back to, so that's one end of the coin, being picked on.
Yeah.
Making friends. So, I mean, I have friends. I have lots of friends.
So
it's just growing up. But I think that's I never really complained about my disability.
Neither did I.
But there's one drawback, I could say. Just going over to friends' houses or just picking times to go to people's houses. I remember going to birthday parties, but that's about it, really. That was way back. So there was only, probably three houses I've been to, but other than that, I never really going on, group trips or whatever was kind of well, it wasn't that easy for me for some reason, but I did other stuff, I guess.
What was it like for you when it came to school field trips? Just something that I've thought of in my head.
No, that's a good question. Well, so I don't know if this because I have what I have, but for some reason I have acrophobia, so I'm deathly afraid of heights.
Heights, yes.
I've been afraid of heights since I was little, and I don't know where it fucking came from. I'm still dealing with it, but I enjoyed going to field trips. I did.
Yeah.
There were times where I had to take the long bus, which obviously makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But just whether or not I could deal with that, just cover my eyes and clench my teeth and against the irrational, think you're gonna fucking die, but that's not the case.
No.
So I just when I went on school trips, they were a blast. And we used to go to the ROM in Toronto.
Oh yeah, man.
We went to 1 year we did go to the ROM, but also medieval times.
I went there myself, yes.
Which wasn't as fun.
In school.
Actually,
I myself enjoyed medieval times myself.
Yeah, just where I was sitting, of course.
Yeah.
And it's a shame because I know I would dig that stuff.
Oh yeah.
I was 10, so it's I couldn't really force myself to enjoy it as I can try to do that now.
Yeah.
At 33, but...
Right. Yeah, I don't know if we would have ended up going to the same places, but I remember going to the ROM, I remember going to medieval times, I remember going to the Ontario Science Centre, I remember going to Lang Pioneer Village, I remember going to Toronto Zoo, I remember going to, in high school, there was one time went to the Rogers Center for a Blue Jay game, I think it was. There is others that I can't really remember offhand, but that's just a few things.
That's another problem. That's another one on my bucket list, going to the Skydome.
Yeah.
Still the Skydome to me, damn it.
Yeah.
Or ACC, whatever.
Yeah.
But that's, that's another thing too. Accessibility.
Accessibility, yes.
Accessibility wise, it's...
There's a lot of places that are a bit accessible wise.
But, and that's the thing too, like, I know that you're a part of the accessibility, I think, accessibility team, or I can't remember.
There's somebody that does go to City Hall and have meetings about accessibility in Peterborough and various other things. And as great a city Peterborough is to live in, accessible wise, 50-50.
Well, that's the thing too. I live with my parents, and when I moved to Peterborough, I had a choice. A lot of choice of where I wanted to go, anyways. I think. Well, it was based on the program, the company.
Yes.
So Peterborough was an option. But anyways, I moved here, and I've been here lots, and I've been to the zoo.
Yes.
I've been to appointments, and it's like there's a lot of things out there that are not accessible. It doesn't matter where you go, whether it's Peterborough, Toronto, Coburg, Oshawa, anywhere. It's very interesting. It's gotten a little bit better each year, but
yeah,
it's like we've gone to a few you've gone to a few meetings. I remember going to one.
Yeah.
I know that we just had a walk and roll last
Sunday, excuse me,
where we raised money for accessibility in Peterborough.
Well, it was funds for the foundation of this organization. The walk itself is to basically make people aware of accessibility in Peterborough, i.e. sidewalks. A lot of sidewalks in Peterborough aren't the greatest.
No, and I have been to a bar.
Yes.
In Peterborough, and I thought the sidewalks were a piece of cake until I went to the one on Sunday. It must be the bad neighborhood, but shit, that's like, how many times did I think I was gonna fall out of my chair?
3, 4, something like that. Yeah.
So unfortunately, and it's a struggle. Like, it's almost like the government has other plans.
Yeah, you could say that.
And it's like, what about us?
Yeah.
We want to go and we want to do something. Yes, it's gotten a lot better, but we want to just go do something, and we don't want to have to.
It's gotten better, but there's still work that needs to be done.
Exactly. So.
Well, from personal experience, many years in a manual chair, one of the biggest things I found is the proper wheels on these things. Oh, they're not fun.
No, I can imagine it.
Because if you're going, one of the things I find in Peterborough, especially kind of like the downtown area of Peterborough, is there's those grates in the sidewalk that go down to wherever the fuck they go down to, and you get your wheel in just the right position, and it goes.
Yeah.
And there you're like, oh fuck.
And I haven't done I myself Like, you have an electric wheelchair.
Yes.
This is manual. I've never had an electric wheelchair. I should probably get one. It sounds a hell of a lot easier.
Oh, yeah.
But at the same time, I haven't done a face plant in probably 20 years.
Yeah.
Maybe less. I don't know. Well, yeah. It's been a while, but...
And knock on wood, you don't do one.
No. That almost happened on Sunday. But... And that's the problem, you know. You look at someone and you say, can you help me? And it's like, well, can't you do it yourself? It's like, well, why the fuck did I ask you?
If I couldn't do you think if I could do it myself, I'd be fucking asking you for help? You
Yeah.
stupid idiot. Anyway.
But, and then, you know, there's buildings. So,
Yeah.
okay, a lot of buildings, I understand. Restaurants? Really?
Yeah, some of the there's a good majority of restaurants in Peterborough that are accessible, but there's the few that aren't. And it's like, do you think you could work on that maybe?
Well, it's kind of insulting when, and so we had that experience last summer, and we're going out to a restaurant that had no fucking ramp. There was a big deck, and having to go around and get our food and then find a picnic table to sit at, which wasn't very pleasant,
No.
but we learned. That's the thing, you know, it's a learning experience.
Yeah.
You know, and I just say I'll get my bulldozer. And, yeah, that's gonna be fun. You know, so that's kind of, you know, it's being worked on.
Another thing that can be a problem for manual chairs, if you're not careful, are the sewer grates.
Yes.
You could easily get a front tire stuck in those sewer grates, no problem.
Oh yeah.
Just the width of the gap in the grate itself. You get your tire, the front tire, just the right way, and in it goes. I know a friend of mine that, we're still friends now. We see each other quite frequently and talk on the phone and whatever. But we went to elementary school together, and of course there was a few of these sewer grates around the school, and quite a few times, like, this person's in a manual chair themselves, and quite a few times got that front tire stuck in one of the caps on the sewer grates, and it's like, okay, so of course I'm over there trying to help him grab the front footrest thing and pulling, and then pulling on the back of the chair. It's like, damn it, I can't get it in. Then somebody else would come along and pop it. It's like, okay, thank you, frick.
Yeah.
But yeah, there.
But it's bullshit because
Yeah.
You know, it is embarrassing.
Yeah.
But there's not much you can do.
Like, as good as it is to have them for water drain off and everything, you gotta be careful going over those damn things. And another thing that has been a rather big hindrance is curbs that don't have the cutouts. Fuck, they're a pain in the ass. Because basically, you get to a corner on the sidewalk that doesn't have a cutout, you gotta basically go to the end of somebody's driveway, go down the driveway, cross the road, and either get to the other side that has a cutout, or you gotta go driveway to driveway, get to the sidewalk, and then carry on your merry way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is getting better. I'm just thinking, well, if I would have planned this video better, I would have, because there's a lot of people, a lot of women that have Spina Bifita.
Yes.
Well, I have at least 2 on my Facebook that I really.
Mm.
Well, also on YouTube, so shout out to Kate Morgan and Jade Hogan from California. But I can, you know, not speaking for women and with Spina Bifida, you know, I can understand their point too. Having, you know, they can also get pregnant, they can also have kids, they can also have very different, like catheterizing different.
Yes.
You know, and that's, an interesting thing. I know that sometimes it can be hard, that you can't do, and I never realized that, you can't do certain things that a regular human being can do
No.
to be with their kid, or have fun with their kid, so to speak. I don't have one because I'm smart.
Yeah.
No, but that's just the way it is, I guess.
Another thing that's different from us to somebody that's not in a wheelchair is going to the bathroom. For somebody that's not in a wheelchair, they can just, for a guy, they can just go into the bathroom, walk up to the urinal and piss, or go to the toilet and piss. Or you gotta do a number 2, walk in the bathroom, sit on the toilet,
Take a shit.
drop juice,
Yeah.
and leave. For us, it's a little different. For us to pee, we have a really lengthy piece of tubing with a bigger end on it, and take that and you put a lubrication on it because you don't want to do any damage to your innards or whatever, and we stick it in our wheelies,
Yes.
and then pee into a urinal or a container of some kind, and that's how you pee. Taking a shit's a little different for us as well. I know for myself and for Matt, I don't think everybody with Spina Bifita has this, but we have something called a colostomy tube, and basically what that is it's just a tube that's on the right side of my body, and it's in the right location,
Right here, too.
right spot, that it goes into your side and then connects to your colon, and then you get a bag and tubing, and it connects to the opening of this colostomy tube, and we get the enemas, put that in the pack, the bottle, or what? Yeah, bottle, and then goes into us, and that's how we poop. And then we're gonna use a saltwater solution as well afterwards to make sure you're all flushed out and everything. But that's how it goes. Of course, I remember myself. I don't know if it was the same for you,
The
Matt.
suppositories.
Nope. For me, okay, you had the suppositories. For me, when I was younger, before I got the colostomy tube, how did I get cleaned out? Daddy would go get a glove, but his fingers.
We seem to be encountering some technical difficulties.
Dating is difficult. No, not for you.
Well, no, not for me.
See, that's the problem too. I don't know why I have an issue with talking with women. Saying, hey, you want to go out? That's always a difficult.
Maybe some of that liquid courage will help you.
I know, well, it has once.
Yeah.
It didn't go over well.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. I'll tell
Okay,
you.
digress from that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Depending on, I guess, the person and their personality, I guess, or how well they handle communicating with a girl, maybe.
Or boy.
It'll depend on how dating is for somebody in a wheelchair.
Yeah, and I've always been told, well, why don't you go out with somebody with a disability? Well, it's all good. I understand that. I think back then I was a lot more shallow.
Yeah.
But when I see these people in wheelchairs, or I see these people with disabilities, going out with regular people, and so why can't I have that? But now that I'm older, it's like maybe I should not be so fucking shallow.
Yeah.
But it's always been okay. Well, how am I gonna meet these people? That whatever. I'm not gonna be set up on a date, obviously.
Right.
So, and I really don't trust those websites.
Yeah. Fuck.
So it's kind of like, alright, well, and unless you meet somebody from school that you become friends with, and maybe you do want to end up dating, I don't know.
Yeah. Meet a girl in school, become friends, and then eventually you fall madly in love with each other, and then end up dating, and who knows?
Yeah. So.
Another thing that is fairly different for us is transportation.
Oh yes. So, well, kind of. I mean, it all depends.
Yeah,
Like,
it is and it isn't.
because you can take a bus or a cab.
Right.
You know, it depends on how much you got in a wallet.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people too that I find out that can drive. I remember seeing this guy and he was in a wheelchair and he just went in through the back of his car.
Yep.
And just buckled in and just drove off. So it's like, so I can do it. It's just, do I have the eye coordination to do it?
Yeah.
Well, there's a tree. There's a human. You know.
There's a tree, gotta avoid that. Oh, I gotta avoid this person on the sidewalk. Stop for person crossing the road.
Yeah.
And see, driving for us really isn't gonna be that hard because there's a way to get a vehicle that is designed for somebody in a wheelchair. They can just put instead of having the gas and brake pedal on the floor, it's just levers on the steering wheel. One's gas, one's brake. Gear shifter. Once you take the, I'm not sure how taking the test would be and whatever, but I mean, take the test, get your driver's license, you figure out a way to get an accessible vehicle that you can drive. There you go.
There you go. So there's a lot of cool things, you know. And the thing too with Spina Bifida is there's a lot of, I learned through the years, that there is a lot of different degrees. Just like with cerebral palsy.
Yeah,
There's a lot of different degrees of Spina Bifida.
Yes.
I know we are probably, I was told higher grade, but
yeah, we probably, there's 4 different degrees of Spina Bifida, and I think probably you and I might be third-ish, roughly.
so yeah, because I know that there is a YouTube family from, can't remember what state it is, I'm sure. If I give them a shout out, the Castillo family,
Right.
they'll tell me. But anyways, so there's the brother who has Spina Bifida, but I think it's like a medium, you don't notice. He tells you, and the mild Spina Bifida.
Right.
And they have a sister that is kind of, it almost looks like it affects her mentally.
Right.
I could be wrong. I don't know, but I think so. So it comes in different degrees.
Yes.
You know, so it's kind of the way it is. You know, the same as cerebral palsy.
Yes.
You know, I have a friend who I had no idea. I just thought she, and it sounds cruel, but I thought she walked with a limp.
Mm.
But she said she had Spina Bifida.
Yeah.
And then I have another friend who, he kind of talks weird, I guess, and uses a wheelchair and a walker. And
Right.
so there's different degrees.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think the people talk to us different. Going back to how we're treated, I don't think people talk to us any different than they would anybody else. But in certain ways they do.
Kinda.
I can't explain it, but in certain ways they do. And it's not degrading. Like there's a big difference.
Yeah, I generally find a lot of people, like my friends and that, talk to me like they talk to any of their other friends. But there are certain people that will talk to you like, not necessarily like you're stupid, but like you're like you weren't educated the right way, kinda.
That's I couldn't think of a way to say it. So
Yeah.
that's probably a good thing.
Yeah, don't talk to you like you're stupid. They just talk to you kind of like you talk to a kid.
Pretty much, yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
But anyways, so yeah, that's basically pretty much it. Like I think that, you know, despite having as many operations as I've had through the years,
Yeah.
which some involve the spina bifida, some don't.
Yeah.
So I mean, when you're born, you get the hole in your back, but then you get operated on. They put a shunt in, and it flows one way, and then it flows another way. Yeah, it's this way. And so you got, you know, I've had many operations where it did get plugged. It hasn't really bothered me since I was 7.
Yeah.
So technically, I don't really need to be checked up for that unless there's an issue.
Right.
So
Yeah, I have a shot myself. It's on my left side. Basically, essentially all it is a long tubing, if you will, goes into your and connects to your brain and goes into your stomach. And essentially, what that does is drains the fluid from your brain into your stomach, and then you pee it out or whatever. And I think it's just basically so that you don't get a lot of fluid buildup in your brain and then problems with your head. For me, I've been lucky and fortunate enough, knock on wood, haven't had any troubles with my shunt being blocked, needing it revised, whatever, and I've had the same shunt since birth, so 28 years.
really,
Oh yeah.
so you've never had a revision?
Never had it revised, never had it block on me, didn't have it break or anything. Same, I pretty much now have the same one I had when they put in me, however old I was. It was probably shortly after I was born, whatever it was. So yeah.
Oh, well, that's interesting to know. Anyways, so that's basically it, I think. And I want to make this clear in case anybody is like not educated. This is not a disease.
No.
I hate fucking hearing, and I don't hear it a lot, but oh, spina bifida, you know, this is a disease. It's not a disease.
We're just differently able.
A disease is something you catch.
Yeah. A disease is like cancer, or
Lou Gehrig's, or
yeah,
you know, this is something you're born with.
yeah,
So I mean, stop it.
yeah.
Anyways, so this was a pretty good episode, I think. Do you want to add anything?
I think we pretty much covered everything. Yeah. Really isn't too much else to say, except for, you know, we're just two dudes in wheelchairs that hang out, have fun watching TV or doing this or
Yeah.
going out and whatever. Even though, it's like I said, even though we're in wheelchairs, we're just regular people, just differently abled than
Well, we're not regular, we're normal people.
that we're with normal people that just don't have the ability to walk.
Right, there you go, yeah. So, this was a good conversation.
Yeah.
This was a good topic other than...
The usual wrestling topic, which we'll more than likely get onto again.
Oh
Well,
yeah, we will.
Hell in a Cell's not that far off, so we'll be
That'll
doing
be
that
fun.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's still matches being prepared, so...
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so for Killer Kyle, I'm me, Matt, and this has been another episode of Wheels of Fury.
Just